Episode 57 BU January 14th, 2025 Has America ever really been healthy? MAHA MAGA View versus Reality. In Episode 57 BU 1 World 2, United States, 3 Calfiornia, 4 Colorado 5 New York 6 Ohio 7 B Pennsylvania Delawre, and New Jersey 8, Utah 9 Wisconsin 10 Canada 11, United Kingdom 12 India, 13 Thailand Main Content, 1A World Unravelling How Meteorological Conditions Cause Changes in Atmospheric Fine Particle Concentration PM2.5 EurekAlert. Air pollution is a major global challenge in which PM2.5 is a critical pollutant. The variation in PM2.5 concentrations not only affects the quality 1B world using low-cost sensors to assess common air pollution sources across multiple residences. Nature PM2.5 and PM10 concentrations in all three houses were greater, more variable, and significantly different to ambient. Concentrations recorded 2A United States. Have Americans ever really been healthy? Medical historians say that the phrase "Make America Healthy Again" MAHA obscures a past during which this country's people ate, smoked, and drank things that mostly left them unwell. RAWSEP View Has America ever really been healthy? MAHA MAGA View versus Reality. We should not overthink the MAHA phrase, which is just a version of the MAGA phrase only meant to influence voters, not describe scientific and medical aspirations. The phrase "Make America Healthy Again" has been used by MAGA Republicans led by Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a medically and scientifically unqualified Trump nominee for head of United States Health and Human Services. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a scion of an illustrious family, is not a physician or scientist, and Kennedy Jr. is known for anti-scientific positions on health topics such as being anti-vax or vax skeptic, or simply a vax cynic. In the opinion of New York Times columnist who is also a physican, 18,000 physicians have also signed a letter objecting to Kennedy Jr.'s nomination by Trump. It is also the editor of RAWSEP's responsibility to interject that indoor residential wood burning PM2.5 air pollution emissions from home heating before modern home heating alternatives were available also contributes mightily to the increase in longevity of Americans in the present day. Compared to the past, strangely, the social pressure from modern advertising has made indoor residential wood burning, especially in urban areas today, a fad, a fashion, and a folly, even in the face of increasing evidence of harm to health of wood burning PM2.5 emissions today. RAWSEP top excerpts from the article below. RAWSEP view of what is better today in terms of health, cancer detection and treatments. There also has been a revolution in cancer treatment. Until the 1990s, cancer was treated with brute force surgery, radiation, and chemotherapy. Now targeted therapies are turning some cancers, once deadly, into treatable chronic diseases, or even curing them. Vaccines which prevent disease. In the past, there were no antibiotics and very few vaccines. When the 1918 flu struck the nation, no one knew the cause of the flu virus had not been discovered, and strange folk remedies were rampant. About 675,000 Americans died from the flu around 1918. In the comparatively recent past, many people are nostalgic for the 1950s and 1960s, seeing those decades as a time of prosperity when the American pharmaceutical industry pumped out new medical advances, antibiotics, drugs for high blood pressure, and vaccines for tetanus, diphtheria, measles, and polio. New medications and new surgeries. Heart disease was rampant in 1950s with 322 deaths per 100,000 Americans annually from cardiovascular disease, double the rate today, and treatment for heart disease is much more effective today. Cholesterol-lowering statins introduced in 1987 reduced the risk of heart disease. Other new medications as well as bypass surgery and stents also save lives. RAWSEP view of list of disease outcomes which were worse in the past. In 1850, males at age 20 could expect to live to around 61 years. Today, it is 74 years. The Civil War era. The health of Americans. Union Army soldiers living in the North in the Civil War era was examined by viewing the medical records of Union Army soldiers. Common conditions like hernias were untreatable. Poor nutrition led to poor health. People were thin, often too thin. In 1900, 61% of Union Army veterans were underweight, a risk factor for various illnesses and often a marker of ill health, compared with 16% of U.S. adults today who are underweight. Surgery in the 1890s. One ray of sunshine was the statistic that only 19% of Union Civil War veteran soldiers in the research report above had heart valve problems by the time they were 60, compared with about 85% today. At an operating theater preparing a patient for surgery in the 1890s, no one wears a face covering or gloves. The 1918 flu epidemic. Rows of white tents in a field with show nurses tending to patients on cots outside the line of tents in an influenza camp in Maine in 1918. The 1950s and 1960s. Health improved in the second 1950s and 1960s, but was poor compared with health today. There are a tremendous amount of heart attacks and strokes. Cancer was the second leading killer in the 1950s as it is today, but in 1950 there were 194 cancer deaths per 100,000 people. Now there are 142 cancer deaths per 100,000 people. RAWSEP list of healthy living conditions which were worse in the past. Clean water. Around 1900 there were public health improvements, cleaner water for example, and posters advising parents not to give their babies beer, but disease was rampant. Diet. American diets for most of the 1800s were monotonous. It is true that agriculture at the time was organic, food was locally produced, and there were no ultra-processed foods. Vegetables, but fresh fruits and vegetables were in short supply because they were difficult to ship and because growing seasons were so short. Until the 1930s, Americans were living off of dried fruits and vegetables, and many factories of mostly women prepared vegetables such as tomatoes for canning in the 1930s. Meat. As for protein, Americans were relying on salted pork because meat was difficult to preserve. Only after the Civil War did meat packers in Chicago begin to process meat and ship fresh beef across the country. Then beef became a large part of the American diet. Even though the availability of beef helped diversify diets, people did not become healthier. Smoking. Which particular era does RFK want to take us back to? Probably not the 19th and early 20th century. Rich men smoked cigarettes and cigars, and the poor chewed tobacco. By 1960, a doctor said heart disease was responsible for 1/3 of all deaths in America. In part, that was because nearly everyone smoked. We were among the heaviest smoking countries. A doctor and medical historian at Yale who died in 2010 once said in an interview that although he never enjoyed smoking, the social pressure to smoke when he was in college in the 1950s was so great that I felt it was my duty to find my brand. Smoking greatly increases the risk for heart disease, the leading killer in the 1950s and 1960s. Heart disease death rates plummeted in recent decades because smoking is much less common now. Alcohol consumption, a male historian said, heavy drinking was the norm. Drinking was a huge problem. Saloons were a huge concern. Men were drinking away their paychecks. That is the reason we had prohibition. From the article headline, a vintage photograph of a doctor in white scrubs holding a telephone to his ear while he smokes a cigarette. The word again in the phrase of make America healthy again presumes a time in the country's past when Americans were in better health. Historians ask, which particular era does RFK Jr. want to take us back to? Excerpts edited by RAWSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. The New York Times, January 13, 2025. We will make Americans healthy again. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has declared, but the word again presumes a time in the country's past when Americans were in better health. Was there ever really a time when America was healthier? For historians of medicine, the short answer is no. In 1929, the Great Depression began, and its economic toll for the next 10 years led to severe nutritional and health problems. A doctor said he was not surprised by the idea of a happy, sunny past when people were healthier. There is a long history in America of nostalgia for a past that was better than the present. History is all about erasure of the things we do not choose to remember. The U.S. spends more on medical care than other countries in average of $12,555 per capita, which is about twice what other wealthy countries spend. Historians say the past was actually much worse, and so they say the phrase make America healthy again makes no sense. As a historian of health, I don't know what again Kennedy is imagining. The idea that once upon a time all Americans were healthy is a fantasy. To be United States, the cool down. United States HVAC specialist reveals crucial tip to help homeowners access $2,000 for a system upgrade. The cool down. Just because you put a heat pump in does not mean that you are automatically going to get up to a $2,000 tax credit. By Jenna Riley, January 12. United States, you can collect thousands in government incentives for a high-tech water heater. The cool down. Get thousands of dollars from the government for switching to a heat pump water heater with clever brands like Kala Systems. United States, your outdated HVAC could be costing you $1,500 every year. Upgrade before major tax. The cool down. Heating by installing the right heat pump. Rebate for installing a modern dual-use heat pump for space heating and cooling, which may not be. United States, the government wants to give you $1,600 to upgrade your home's aging ventilation. The cool down. An aging home's ventilation system could be adding dollars to your energy bills, but the government is offering a rebate to upgrade the heat pump. United States heat pump users share honest reviews after homeowner considers upgrading. The cool down. Included in the IRA are a ton of tax credits and rebates for homeowners to go green and save some cash on their energy bills at the same time, which United States' new $450 million grant helps communities across multiple states lower their energy bills. The cool down. A heat pump can save you thousands of dollars in heating and cooling. Rebate for installing a modern dual-use heat pump for space heating. To see United States CNET. United States Weekly Update, January 14, 2025 news. You'll soon be able to put this window heat pump in your own home. CNET. The Gradient all-weather 120V window heat pump I saw at CES 2025 was blowing crisp, cool air onto the floor of the Las Vegas Convention Center. United States. This air-to-water heat pump can pull double duty to warm your house and your water. CNET. Samsung is preparing to bring an air-to-water heat pump to the faucets and in radiators of North America this year. California, Los Angeles. We asked the experts how to protect yourself from smoke during California fires. CNET. With smoke exposure from trees or homes burning is particularly associated with inducing asthma attacks and aggravating heart disease. That makes 2D. United States Web Octopus Energy X. The heat pump is set and forget it. Nothing to worry or think about. People are upgrading their home heating to one that's green efficient. 2E. United States Nature PM2.5 Weekly Update, January 14, 2025 news. Regional specific trends of PM2.5 and O3 temperature sensitivity in the United States. Nature. Here we examine the sensitivity of surface level fine particulate matter PM2.5 and ozone O3 to summer temperature anomalies in the contiguous U.S. assessment of health hazardous particulate matter. PM2.5 from artificial neural network Springercom. Full coverage. 2F. United States. Why is the industry so pumped about heat pumps? 3BL Media. Instead of creating heat pumps extract heat energy from where it is not needed and move it to where it is needed when a heat pump is in heating. 2G. United States Medea launches energy efficient heat pump water heater. Fox 59 as a global leader in heat pump innovation and one of the world's largest producer of major appliances. Medea is proud to announce the launch of its United States Medea launches energy efficient heat pump water heater. PR Newswire. In recent years, heat pump technology has emerged as a leading solution in the shift toward energy-efficient and sustainable. 2H. United States. The untapped heat pump market. Part 1. ACHR News. Air conditioning, heating, and refrigeration news. Big share of the installs. Heat pumps are around 33% of total HVAC installs and account for 55% of heating system installs. 3A. California. Fresno air quality concerns amid Southern California wildfires. ABC 30. Fresno. The Valley Air District says they're not seeing any wildfire smoke in Central California skies, but it is concerned with pollution from wood burning, especially during these colder temperatures. If you are burning when you aren't supposed to, you could be cited. 3B. California Inland Empire wood burning ban in effect through at least Monday for much of Inland Empire. My News. LACMA ban on indoor and outdoor wood burning was being extended Sunday in much of the Inland Empire due to a forecast of high air pollution in the California Inland Empire. Wood burning ban in effect through Saturday for much of Inland Empire. My News. LACMA ban on indoor and outdoor wood burning has been extended through Saturday in much of the Inland Empire due to a forecast of high air pollution. 3C. California. Los Angeles air quality during fires. Los Angeles LA's to avoid using indoor or outdoor wood burning appliances including fireplaces. Avoid vigorous physical activity. Keep windows and doors closed. 3D. California. Los Angeles and surrounding counties under air Quality Alert Hoodline. The South Coast AQMD issued an air quality alert for Los Angeles, enacting a mandatory wood-burning ban due to particle pollution. 3E California. Los Angeles Boyle Heights. Q&A. Boyle Heights is already a toxic hotspot for air pollution. How wildfires are making it worse. Boyle Heights beat diesel emissions and fine particulate inhalable matter PM2.5 are 8 particulate matter compared to more affluent neighborhoods. Areas. 3F California. Los Angeles Eaton Palisades fires continue burning as new threat to Los Angeles area homes emerges. ABC 11. Her kids sifted through debris on the sidewalk, finding a clay pot and a few keepsakes as they search for Japanese wood prints. They hope to recover. 3G California. Los Angeles inhaling wildfire smoke can cause long-term health risks. How to limit your exposure. Very well. Health. He said wildfire smoke inhalation over time is similar to smoking cigarettes in volume. Are wood-burning stoves safe for your health? 3H California. Los Angeles. The list of wildfire smoke's long-term health risks continues to grow. National Observer. Smoke is compound unburnt with toxic and acidic. Notice the government, universities, and media don't identify any other particulate like road. 3I California. Los Angeles. What are the risks of wildfire smoke inhalation? News Nation. The short-term risks include lung injury, particularly for high-risk groups. This is not just with smoke that is burning. There are dangerous. 3J California. Los Angeles with smoke. Weekly update, January 14th, 2025 news. Where there is fire, there is smoke. Los Angeles blazes raise fears of super toxic lung damage. The Guardian. A significant portion of these deaths come from inhaling smoke from the burning of fossil fuels, wood, and other materials, including from wildfires. 3K California. Riverside County. Breaking. Ridge Canyon Drive wood fire reported in Riverside County on January 10th. Sacramento Bee. Ridge Canyon Drive wood fire has been burning on private land. Currently, there is no data on the containment status of the fire, and the cause has 3L California. Sacramento air quality alert issued by the NWS for Southern California Tuesday. Sacramento Bee. The no burn rule bans burning wood pellets and manufactured fire logs in any indoor or outdoor wood burning device for wildfire smoke in South Coast California. Sacramento National Weather Service NWS issues air quality alert affecting Southern California Friday. Sacramento Bee. The no burn rule bans burning wood pellets and manufactured fire logs in any indoor or outdoor wood burning device for wildfire smoke in the Los 3M California. Southern as wildfires foul Southern California air. Here is how to keep smoke from out of your home. The desert sun. Avoid burning wood in your fireplace or fire pit and minimize sources of indoor air pollution. California Southland wood burning ban in effect Sunday in much of the Southland. My News. LA ban on indoor and outdoor wood burning was being extended Sunday in much of the Southland due to a forecast of high air pollution in the area. 3N California wildfire smoke. The impact on your brain and body. Psychology Today. PM poses the largest risk for health at sizes of 2.5 microns or smaller. PM2.5 extremely fine particles less than 2.5 micrometers in diameter. These for Colorado. Littleton indefinitely postpones ordinance for multi-unit homes after packed meeting. KDVR firewood for sale is parked on the side of the road in more stories. Fox 31 Denver video. Denver's business community is rooting for the home. 5 New York heat pump clothes dryer buyers guide. NYSERDA. New York State government heat pump dryers offer a cleaner, more efficient way to do laundry. Here is what to know about the energy-saving equipment, including available. 6 Ohio Ellsworth wood burning weekly update, January 14th, 2025 news. Wood burner causes early morning fire in Ellsworth, Ohio. Ellsworth Yahoo. Wood burner causes early morning fire in Ellsworth Township, Ohio. On Galt Road. Wood burner is to blame for a fire in Ellsworth Township. It started just before 1:30 a.m. Monday on the 4000 of Galt Road. Ellsworth Fire Chief. 7A Pennsylvania. New federal clean energy rebates are in limbo for residents of PA. The Allegheny Front federal funding is still pending as Biden's term nears its end. The rebates can cover heat pumps, electric stoves, and insulation rebates for home upgrades like electric heat pumps and insulation funded through President Joe Biden's signature climate law, but some worry the 7B. Pennsylvania, Delawre, and New Jersey. New federal clean energy rebates are in limbo for residents of PA. Del and NJWHYY. Federal funding is still pending for 21 states as Biden's term nears its end. The rebates can cover heat pumps, electric stoves, and insulation. 8 Utah. Here is how wildfire smoke can impact your health. University of Utah Health. Wildfire smoke can lead to dangerously high pollution levels far exceeding those seen in typical U.S. urban settings. PM2.5 particulate matter from 9 Wisconsin. Milwaukee. How to stop wildfire smoke from getting into your home and car. Fox 6 News. Milwaukee. How to clean the air inside your home. Smoking cigarettes and cigars using gas, propane, or with burning furnaces. 10 Canada. British Columbia. Homeowner warns of Clean BC rebate. Caveat CBCCA CBC rebate program aim at electrifying heating systems in homes. The Yukon announces new funding for heat pumps December 19th, 2024. 11 United Kingdom heat pumps. United Kingdom. How to make the heat pump transition take off. Green economy. The Guardian. Our heat pump has broken down on several occasions, and no local plumber can deal with it as they don't know how, so we have to wait for United Kingdom. Why is the industry so pumped about heat pumps? CS or wire heat pumps support the megatrend toward decarbonization. They replace fossil fuel heating with high-efficiency technology. Air-to-air heat pumps are cost-effective for homes, says report. Elemental London heat pumps and the role they could play in decarbonizing heating. What are the main barriers to air-to-air heat pump uptake in UK homes? E.g. 12 India Delhi clock 3-year PM2.5 level high in 2024 reveals study. Hindustan Times. Delhi in 2024 recorded a 3-year high in terms of annual PM2.5 particulate matter having a diameter of 2.5 CSE, said the annual average PM2.5 India. Kolkata PM2.5 levels. Kolkata achieves 215% reduction since 2019. Millennium Post. Kolkata has achieved a 215% reduction in PM2.5 levels since 2019, with the city's PM2.5 levels dropping from 571 micrograms per cubic meter in 2019. 13 Thailand. Bangkok. The Minister of Public Health warns that PM2.5 dust will remain above standard until money in Bangkok. The Minister of Public Health warns that PM2.5 dust will still exceed the standard until January 15th in Bangkok, its vicinity. The Central Thailand. Bangkok PM orders urgent action on PM2.5 pollution. NBT connects Bangkok. NBT World Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra has directed her cabinet to intensify efforts to tackle rising levels of PM2.5 dust.